How's it going, guys? Today, start off, I'm going to go over 3.18.0D patch notes. Patch includes changes to monster modifiers that provide ailment immunity, as well as a few improvements, bug fixes. Not much going on here. So, there's a lot of these Archnemesis mods that were like Frostweaver immunity to cold ailments. Now only has 80% reduced effect. So same for Permafrost with Freeze and Chill, Flameweaver with Scourge, Stormweaver Lightning Ailments, Dynamo with Shock. All this has been dropped. Um, Ice Prison now like 50% reduced effect. Mana Siphoner. I didn't know all this stuff was really like immune. Steel Infused now grants Overwhelm 10% physical damage reduction, previously 30%. Didn't know it had that. Steel Infused is one that I don't. It catches me off guard because it's more dangerous than the normal like Frostweaver, Flameweaver, Stormweaver, or whatever. But they all have a very similar like tell to them, with a little rotating thing around them. And larger enemies, like it's really hard to tell of a glance unless you're reading the mods if it has Steel Infused. Steel Infused doesn't jump out quite as well as the others. Okay. Effigy. Summoned effigies are now spawned at the player's location and are immune to damage for 2 seconds after linking to the player. While linked, 50% of damage taken from hits by the effigy is also taken by the player as reflected damage, previously 100%. This is a nerf. It spawns on top of you, so it's much easier to see when it spawns. I've seen it a couple times, but still, like, my seismic trap has a longer duration than 2 seconds. So, I've never been killed by effigy, but just the idea of it, I don't like it. Mr. Rejuvenate, reduce the life regen for unique monsters from Healing Nova to 10% of life regen over 2 seconds. Okay, that's fine. That's not bad. Crystal Skinned. Improve the charge up visuals of crystals. That's cool. Crystal Skinned is rare. Um, but I actually like this one. This one's not too bad. It puts a bunch of crystals on the ground, targeting your location. When it dies, they explode. I think that one's a cool mod. Trickster can no longer be found on magic rare monsters in the Azurite Mind. That's a good change. Juggernaut modifier can no longer be found on blighted monsters. I don't know exactly what's up with the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut is like can gain so many endurance charges. It's kind of ridiculous. How tanky Juggernaut combined with some other things can be. Um, what else is not in here that's like bugging me? Um, Sentinel. I think they have too much block chance. Honestly, Sentinels like kind of drive me crazy because they're just like pop at you with wreck. It's every single map I'm getting hit with a reckoning from a Sentinel block. Every single map I've got to deal with one of those. I think that's like the big thing when it comes to this expansion like of the Nemesis mods. The Nemesis mods in the past were rarer unless you rolled the rare monster mod on maps, then you had a bunch of them. These are on everything. And like it's kind of getting to the point um it's just getting exhausting to deal with them constantly. Like when you came across a Nemesis mod, it's like okay, you deal with it. But like I don't know. I feel like they're much better than Nemesis mods were, but just the change from rare enemy to all arch nemesis it's just a lot to deal with. And then on top of the fact that last league, like when we encountered these mods, right, we would get like stack of 1 to 4 throughout the map, only 4 times that we'd see these mods, and we trained ourselves to expect some kind of reward for dealing with certain mods based on what we're adding to the Archnemesis. It's like there's so much you have to think about and deal with in every single map now. It's honestly, like, for me, like I haven't had too much trouble with it, if I'm being honest. I'm actually enjoying the touched monster mods far more than I like would have in the past. But like pushing to 100, like really trying to like grind out XP, even though like I'm rolling safe maps, I'm running blue maps that like no damage mods, nothing. I'm trying to be careful, but still, it's just exhausting to constantly have to think about and deal with these mods. And like I'm playing a character that's really geared for it, right? Because I'm playing a trap build. Corrupting Blood's not going to get inflicted on me because the traps kill. I haven't had issues with Corrupting Blood. I'm dealing like 50% fire damage, like 45% cold damage, roughly. So the mods that are like boosting fire res aren't hurting me too bad. The mods that are boosting cold res aren't hurting me too bad. Because I've got like kind of 50-50 damage thing going on. So it like some of the mods aren't affecting me near as bad as it was on my fire trap build. But even still, it's I just feel exhausted by it. Like I've pushed 100 a lot of times. It's not something new to me, but like I've never felt more exhausted playing the game, like for a long grind like this, than I have in this league. I really think it's like because of the what feels like excessive presence of all of these mods on everything. So yeah, what else we got here? Character level no longer prevents you from using sentinels in act areas. Oh, that's nice. That means I could probably go burn through all the sentinels that I have really quickly, just refreshing a zone maybe. Cool. Updated description of a Sentinel runic node that causes normal rarity sentinels to be upgraded to magic. To clarify, it applies to sentinels found from monsters you kill in chests to open. So I have these nodes, and I have seen normal rarity sentinels drop like 4 times. And I was confused by it. One of them I know for a fact was one of the converted little totem monsters from a sextant killed something. Like that was the very first one I saw, and I was confused. But that one definitely came from that. So yeah, interesting. Updated the controller input mode keybind for equipping a sentinel. Using this keybind when highlighting an equipable sentinel will now also open the sentinel control panel. Controller keybind. Swap the sentinel highlighted in your inventory with the relevant sentinel in your control panel. Okay. Charges on equipped sentinels can now be viewed right stick button controller. Destructible pillars in the Polaric hideout can no longer be moved by player skills. Okay. Invisible buff effect microtransaction can now be applied to Withering Step. Interesting. Fix a bug that allowed bow, wand, and concoction skills to be used with the Varanastra unique equipped. That'd be cool. Maybe not bow and wand, but the concoction skills with Varanastra would be interesting. Fun use for that weapon. Fiction issue where we failed to complete challenge. Completing 8 mod blighted ravaged map. Okay. The Beyond Moss could not be completed. Curic mission fixed. Size sliders and unique and div card stash tabs were not working in controller input mode. And a client crash in Act 5. Okay. Good patch. Another thing I thought of. I think there's chaos mod that like grants immunity to wither. I saw that on Twitter. Somebody talking about that, as well as like stun immunity on enemies. Yeah, it's weird. So much immunities, but it's good they're like walking it back some. If I was playing my cold dot build like I normally play, and my bone chill was just rendered unaffected by the fact that I had chilled ground on the ground, oh yeah, that would have driven me insane. But both the builds I've played haven't really relied too much on any ailments, so I've kind of avoided the blows from this, I think. Anyways, back to my SSF push updates. Still grinded. Only made it to like 60%. Like, again, like I'll mention the fact that this 100 grind's just been exhausting. Like, I watched the Blues game last night. Game 5 against the Avs. We won that, so still in the series. Yeah, I just went back to sleep because I'm still solidly in first place here. I've got like a 40% of a level lead, which is several hours ahead, so not too bad. I'll definitely get 99 by tomorrow. Mesa maps, like I've run so many of these, I rolled them all. Like it filled up. I think I was 28 maybe, 32. Like I filled up most of my inventory. Yeah, it was 32 of these maps I rolled. And they just do not give master missions the way the other maps do on completion. Like straight up. I've run so many Mesa maps, T15. They are not giving master missions at the same rate as I just clear other maps. Because straight up, like I've run a lot of T13 maps, right? Because I'm farming these. Like I could run these Peninsula maps and just like rush the boss. That's all I'm doing, and I'm going to get master missions at a faster rate than I'm getting them on the Mesa maps. Mesa maps, ideally are the like go-to map, right? Like this was the map that we would run to like farm master missions, right? Because you could throw the map in, you know exactly where the boss is, right? I can just run straight up here, like ignore everything. This is the like fastest way to farm master missions in the past. You just run in, you rush the boss, and you kill it. Ooh, yeah, that's another thing I want to mention. Deadeye is like ridiculous. Deadeye should be like inflict mark on hit or something. Like getting hit with marks off screen it's not fun. Like I feel like I've even gotten hit with them through walls and yeah, no master mission. The presence of the marks from Deadeye mobs is just insane. And there's no real like play around it. Like if you have a remove curse mod on a flask, you can remove that mark and it's instantly going to get recast on you. It's obnoxious, especially if it's a pack of blue mobs. Like you're just going to instantly get hit with that again. So like the only way around it, right, is I'm able to do it. Is I'm getting 100% ailment or curse immunity through my consecrated ground and my flask. I'm getting 50% from the consecrated ground, 50% from my flask effect. So I can ignore the effects of the marks, but if I wasn't like playing Purifying Flame, man, the Assassin's Mark would be like making me livid, I feel like. Yeah, that's another one. But let's go into the SSF updates. I haven't done much with anything here. I did Leo Exalt Slam my shield. I got fire damage on that a little bit. It's okay. I shouldn't have, but I also Leo Exalt Slammed this helmet. The ideal play would have been to craft physical taken as fire and then exalt another suffix. So getting the 8 evasion, 4 ES on this hurts a little bit. Let me see here. I've got one. I've spent every single one of these timbers I have on this helmet. Fire damage taken, recoup his life. Still not what I want. Like I have not gotten a really beneficial thing there at all. My crafting projects, though, I'm not sure I stick with this. I hit close to what I was looking for here. I got the explosion mod. I got physical damage reduction. I got life. I don't have Fizz taken as lightning. 2 open suffixes. I haven't been farming bestiary at all yet, so I can't remove the prefix on this Like, maybe this isn't a null to do that, because I have a bunch of annulments. Maybe I can annul off the fizz, and if I don't, I just keep re-rolling it. Okay, yep, we keep re-rolling that. Oh, on the scepter, I hit, like, kind of what I'm looking for here, but this is kind of why I am unsure if I can craft this using fizz rerolls from Harvest, because it's going to hit physical attack mods. So I got the fizz as extra of a random element. I got fizz taken, or fizz as extra lightning. I want this with spell damage and the fizz to all spell skill gems. Right? So that's why I think there's a possible chance that I can combine these, my scepters, and like try and get the fizz as extra and stuff on top of the +1 fizz. Or I just like fossil craft this. I don't know. I've also been trying to reroll this. You can get fizzes extra on here. You can get Ellie pin on here. You can also get Ellie pin on the scepter with shaper mods. And I've been using fire rerolls just to try and hit something. On this, nothing really there yet. And in here, I pulled 2. Like, I got the challenge completion for getting 2 upgraded essences. Got more lures. I've leveled Lightning Cold Fire Pin to 20. I got Flame Dash leveling. Got another Lahoop. I made, like, I just pulled something from my, like, good items thing. I had a T3 Talisman upgrade. Did a Quant Talisman with 70 life resistances. Definitely an interesting thing to have. I got a Signal Fire. This gives physical attack as extra fire. So this isn't usable for the Purifying Flame. But as well as Conversion to Fire. Nice quiver for that. I have a level 21 Arc, which is cool. And I got another Energy from Within. So I have 2 of these now. Go ahead. Corrupt this one as well. Also, nothing there. And then, yep, continually I'm stacking more of these maps. I didn't farm as much today as I thought I would, but yeah, we'll keep pushing. Eventually, I will get this level. Then the goals probably clean out. Maybe not Shaper. Like I want a new pair of Shaper gloves so that I can try and roll something better than these gloves that I have. So maybe once I get 99, depending on how far I'm ahead, like I'm still not getting these purifiers to drop. But maybe I clean out some maps, try to get some Watcher's Eyes, do something that's not pure map grind at the bottom of 99. While I'm still safe there, though I'm pretty confident I can take out all of these bosses without dying, including Shaper, including Elder. But maybe we also take down the Cortex. Look at all these Purifying Flames I leveled to get this Purifying Flame to level 21. And the 20 quality on it's like, my AoE on this is pretty insane at this point. It's making clearing really nice. Yeah, look how big the hit of that is, as well as the AoE on the Consecrated Ground. Very, very nice. Especially when paired with the Ash of the Stars, giving me extra quality there, too. But that is all I have for today. If you enjoyed the video, definitely hit the like button. It really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe if you have not done so to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks heart button just below the video. And I will see you all tomorrow. Cheers.